Hi, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my kitchen. Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to do a little something different. Normally it would just be a video of me cooking. Today I am going to try some snacks that we picked up at our local Asian market. It's one that is around Canada, definitely in Toronto, here as well, where I live. It's called T&T, and they've got snacks and food from all over Asia. And so these are some of the things that we picked up today, or a few days ago rather. So today I'm gonna be trying the numb and spicy hot pot flavor, which is a type of chip that I saw on one of the videos that I really enjoy watching. Emmy made. If you haven't watched her videos, check her out. And then I also picked up a few of jerky bars, I guess is lack of a better term. So we've got beef, we've got pork, and we've got chicken. And then I also picked up this peach nectar drink, which I love peach flavor anything, but this looked really good, and it was a sweet deal. It was 2 for $3.99. So let's get into it. So first, I think I want to try the numb and spicy hot pot flavor. I've been eyeing these since I bought them. And they are by Lay's, and the grocery store that I bought these at, they typically have flavors that you would only find in Asia. So off the bat, they kind of smell like ramen. The closest thing I would compare it to is like the Mr. Noodles beef flavor, if you've ever had it. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from it. And so they're Lay's, but they're ruffled chips, which is not typically what you would see with Lay's. Usually they're just a straight potato chip. And right off the bat, you get that like ramen kind of seasoning flavor, which is really interesting. And then you do get that numb kind of feeling from the Szechuan pepper, which I assume is what's in here. But yeah, they are really good, and to be honest, I could probably muck a whole bag. Yeah. And Ruffles are my favorite kind anyway, in terms of chip shape, because they hold a lot of seasoning, and they just taste really good. Yeah, really good. So next, I think to wash it down, what I'm gonna do is take a sip of this peach nectar drink. Okay, it's carbonated, sounds like. And it's a metal container, which is interesting. Probably makes it easier for recycling as well. So looking inside, it's kind of thick, almost like a syrup, but it is nectar. And it is not fizzy, but it does have a thicker consistency than what you would expect from juice. Pretty good, actually. Kind of like not overly artificial flavor of peach, which is also really good. Because I'm not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors. And this is actually really good. And it has almost like peach pulp in it, if that makes sense. So you could taste a little bits of peach in there, which is really good. Okay, on to the jerky. So the first one we have is a honey teriyaki beef bar. And I was actually walking through Walmart yesterday and noticed that you can actually buy these there as well in the international aisle. I encourage you to go and check it out because I've found some of the best snacks in that aisle, and they're some of my favorites that I get on the regular. So, smelling it, it looks like there's 2 pieces in here. Very close together. Very sticky too, which I would expect. Whoa. It's like meat candy, if that makes sense. Very sweet. Very crystally. And the way that it breaks up is like, can't describe it. It's not what you would expect with normal jerky from like Jacqueline's or, you know, another similar brand, but it's not bad. And that's the beef. I'm not a super big fan of beef to begin with, unless it's in jerky form. However, this one, the texture is kind of throwing me off a little bit. The next one is pork, and it is honey sriracha, which I'm always down for sriracha. If I can get it open. And they're really easy to open. They've got a pull tab here, which makes it nice, and it just opens entirely like this. So again, this one has 2 pieces. A little bit different in that it didn't break off right away, which is interesting. Yeah, there's definitely more give to this. So, oh, and there's 3 pieces in here. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pull a piece of the middle one out. Very saucy, which is also different than, you know, the regular beef jerky that you would get. Typically it's dry and not saucy, as you can see on my finger here. And this is the pork honey sriracha. So, not very spicy. I was expecting even just, oh. Okay, it's on the back end, but I was expecting more of a heat up front. It is very sweet, not as sweet as the honey teriyaki, and doesn't break apart in the same way. I actually enjoy the texture of this one a lot better than the beef, and something that I would probably snack on regularly. Yeah, I really like that one. And if you're not a super big fan of heat, like it's not ridiculously spicy, but you know, it does come on the back end of it. So if you're not a fan of anything super spicy, but you do like a little bit of heat, I do recommend getting the honey sriracha pork bar, and it is by Golden Nest, which is the brand. Texture is great, flavor is great. It's not meat candy. I mean, if that's your thing, then, you know, by all means go for the beef teriyaki, but yeah, this one was definitely a good one. And then last, I'm actually just gonna take a drink of the peach nectar, kind of wash it down a little bit. The flavor of this kind of reminds me of fruit cups, if you've ever had them, by Dole or other similar brands. It was something that I often ate as a child in my lunches at school. It's actually not bad. Oh, a little bit of something in my boob here. Okay, the last one here is the honey sriracha chicken bar. I imagine the flavor is going to be very similar, but I'm interested to see the texture, just based on it being chicken. So again, really easy kind of pull open tab, and if you care, it is a product of the USA. But it was sold at TNT, which is an Asian supermarket. So this one has 3 pieces as well. Similar texture to the pork. There's more give to it. This one's kind of broken, so I'm gonna tear this piece off here. Ooh, that's a big one. Okay. It looks very similar in terms of like texture and color. Again, flavor is exactly the same because they are the same honey sriracha, but it's good. And I think out of the 3, this one is probably my favorite. It doesn't feel like as heavy. Just the taste of the chicken is a lot nicer for my palate anyway, but by all means, you know, whatever your preference is in terms of protein, go for it. But yeah, no nitrites, no nitrates, except for the naturally occurring nitrates in celery powder, which is one of the ingredients here. Yeah, 14 grams of protein per serving. So, you know, bodybuilding, things like that could be something that you could try and fit in your macros. No MSG, which didn't really matter to me. Chicken, cane sugar, honey, sriracha sauce, anchovy sauce, weird. Natural flavors, sesame oil, and celery powder. And I'd be interested to know about the celery powder and what about it, because I don't actually taste any celery, which is interesting, but yeah. So these 3 bars, again, for my preference, definitely like the pork and the chicken better. The beef is like meat candy, so if that's up your alley, then, you know, by all means. But these numb and spicy hot pot flavored chips, nothing can beat these. So, guaranteed, there's a Walmart in your area. Go and check out the international aisle. Most of them do have English labels on the back, so if you're concerned about not being able to understand, you know, the writing, anything like that, there's also the Google Translate app that you can download on your phone. And it's nice because you scan, you know, anything that's not in English and it'll automatically detect the language and translate it mostly for you. Some of it's a little questionable, but yeah. This is something that I'm gonna be doing going forward, you know, in conjunction with the food videos that I'll be recording. And I hope you like it. If you do, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.